Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is going to be the second video for Dusting's games. Going to try and nitpick some of his games, try and explain why they're bad, why they're good. Alright, so this was the first move I didn't like because it blocks the bishop. So you want your bishop out first, then reinforce the pawn. And then you get reinforced with the pawn, and then you can get your bishop out now. But you want to wait until the knight comes out, and then get your bishop out, then take if he ever plays a6. The reason why you don't want to fall behind development, so you play a move to take, and he has to take back, so you don't actually lose tempi. Tempi is a move in the opening. Playing this, I'm not really upset you played this break. This is fine. It's not great, but it's not fun. It's not overly that bad. Taking here. So this is the reason why I said taking, waiting for the pin first, and then you can take. But the problem is if he takes with the pawn, you can take back and then he can take with the bishop. He's not really behind development at this stage. But now he takes with the queen, and that was actually a bad move for black because now you can actually get ahead of development and take his queen. Runs back, castle. Starting to look pretty good for white here. So a few different ideas you could do here. Wasn't a fan of the next move. Not this move. Actually plays here. Gotta be careful. Sometimes they run their pawn down to hit their knight. And this knight's got nowhere good to go. I mean, you could go in the knight in the room pretty grim. Could go back. Probably go back to the side here and attack kingside. Because, you know, if you have a castle's kingside, then you can redirect your knight to attack the kingside. Not a fan of this move. The idea is if he ever takes and then gets his bishop out and then castles, you've got a semi-open fold to your king. So you've got to be very careful of that. Could be a future weakness. And instead of playing this move, you could start fianchettoing now. Difference is between now and before. This pawn's not locked up, and you could probably start looking towards attacking the king side. He still could castle queen side though, so he hasn't 100% gone for that route yet. So I wasn't a fan of that pawn break. Trading is okay. You got an isolated pawn as well. So losing that pawn, not great. Not a fan of this move. Only for the fact, if you had a plan of taking this pawn and then reinforcing, I actually don't mind it. But this is a case of trying to move your pieces out to attack way before you're ready. You still haven't developed. So your main goal before you want to attack, rule of thumb, before you want to attack, you want to try and get your rooks linked up. And they're not linked up yet. They're trying to get your queen out. So you want to try and get your bishop out first. You know, fianchettoing before you move this knight. And I didn't think you saw this knight move. So this is the reason. I think if you eventually got this plan in, would have been really good. But I think you just didn't see what he could do to protect this move. So another thing you could have done was just push. I mean, if you wanted to go for this plan, you could have just pushed and hit this pawn. And if he takes, you can take with the queen. Check. You still haven't got everything out, but then you can, move the pawn, hit the bishop out, and then you can start going with the original plan that you had. Alright, so that knight move is bad. Bishop move blocks the queen from protecting your pawn. It'll isolate a pawn. Eventually you want to get your isolated pawn further down the board. Isolated pawn can be quite strong for the attacking team. You're not attacking at the moment because you haven't got your pieces out. This is pretty passive as well. But if you want to be less passive, you want your bishop on this square, probably putting it here and attacking kingside would have been a lot better. Not moving it too far away from home if you didn't feel comfortable moving it out. And yeah, because you weren't sure where to put your pieces, your light pieces, bishops and knights, you sort of got lost here, and and you got confused. You got really frustrated because he was blocking this move. So now I do understand you wanted to get rid of the defender of this move. You sort of tunnel vision trying to get this knight out because you're trying so hard to get this plan to work. Don't tunnel vision, put all your eggs in one basket. Just because he played this move, I mean, if you run back, he's not controlling other squares. So there are pros and cons to everything. So maybe he's not allowing this move, but he's actually doing a passive move. It enables you to get other pieces out, so he's not controlling other squares. So not utilizing, attacking this square. Now, yeah, you tunnel visioned here, attacking this knight. It takes, then this is pretty much over now. So gets his knight out as well. So this is probably what you've done wrong. Just trying to locate where you want to put your light square or your light square pieces or your light pieces. And yeah, just trying to get your rooks linked up, which you've got now, which is fine. Just don't tunnel vision as well. Just when you're double checking, just double check when you do knight moves, bishop moves. Just make sure you have them. You've got a plan for them as well. So try and get them on better squares that they control more squares on, and just see, and just don't do pawn breaks just for the hell of it as well, because you've just opened up for the semi-open fold. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave it like this because the game continued on, but he lost a piece, and after that, he just fell. But anyway, guys, thank you, and hopefully you got something out of it. I will continue this range if you guys like it. Thank you.